see pictures. So on Lab Quiz 5, yes, you're gonna have pictures. And your pictures might look like something like
a tube. Will it be like a picture of like a tube? Will you upload it?
it's easy, don't freak out, it's so easy. Okay, how do you know it's a pore plate?
It's throughout.
Because you have large colonies and small colonies. The large ones are on the surface, the small ones are embedded in the agar and don't grow as well. That's a pore plate. There's another pore plate, smaller, can't hardly see it, but larger colonies on the top, the small colonies are embedded in the agar. What do you notice about this plate that's different from the ones I just showed you?
They're all the same.
They're all about the same size. They're all on the surface. This is a spread plate. They're all on the surface. Okay, what kind of a plate is this?
It looks like that.
It looks like crap. It's a crappy streak plate.
Yeah.
So somebody's inexperienced, or somebody doesn't care to isolate individual colonies. It's obviously a pure culture. It's all the same stuff. So they don't care about separating, but still they streaked it on there. So that's a crappy streak plate. Good. This one, is it a pore plate or a spread plate?
Spread plate.
I think it's a spread plate too. This shows, you see the grid? This is what that colony counter would look like. You take your plate, you put it on the colony counter, light comes from the back, and then it has these little grids. So let's say you want to count how many in the square this size, and then you just multiply it out. When you're counting colonies in a pore plate, you're counting colonies, or if you're counting plaques, you want to count colony forming units. Doesn't matter if it grows into a small colony or large colony, you count them the same. Because you're counting colony forming units, what started it. Here's an interesting plate. That's like that method where you put the paint on the card and it spins around. They might have done that with the bacteria, who knows. All right, let's go back to... here's pore plate versus spread plate versus streak plate. I'm liking that. All right, there's your pore plate, pore plate. Example of a streak plate. Mixed culture. Here's a nice streak plate. Can't really see it, but he did get a few isolated colonies. Actually, could have been done a little better, but it's okay. Here's an interesting method of streaking. Sometimes they'll do that. Maybe you'd have 4 different types or something. So that's a streak plate also. Here's a nice streak plate. Good, well isolated colonies. Notice it's a mixed culture. Got some red, got some white. These are cookies.
We should do that.
Mixed culture. All right, let's get a Kirby Bauer plate. So you know a streak plate from a pore plate from a spread plate, right? From a Kirby Bauer plate. So when you get your plates out tomorrow for reading the results of your Kirby Bauer, that's what you're going to see. Bacteria growing, zones of inhibition around the disc. You're going to measure the zone of inhibition all the way across the circle. So you're going to measure from that side to that side, the complete diameter across. Including the disc, you're going to measure right over it. Oh, here you go. Like this. See the little rulers going all the way across? That's what you're gonna measure. And in millimeters. Millimeters are the little teeny lines. There's 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter. The little lines are millimeters, 10 millimeters to a centimeter. And what's the other one I wanted to do? Oh, a viral plaque. In fact, what we're doing is called a viral plaque assay. We're going to count how many plaques we get, that's all. So you did a serial dilution. When you come in on Thursday, you're going to do a plaque assay. You're going to count the plaques. Now, these had dyes added to the bacteria themselves so that you could really see the plaques well.
But it looks to me like foreplate.
What?
It looks like the same.
It looks like the foreplate, you know?
Foreplate, yeah.
Yeah, except these are plaques. They're not colonies. Here, it's a better one. You're just going to look more like this. See how the agar is cloudy? Because there's bacteria growing in the agar, throughout the agar. In this particular method, I don't know why it comes out that way. When you vortex like that, your bacteria are going to be evenly distributed through the agar, so it's going to be evenly cloudy. And then where there was a virus, the virus infects bacteria, kills it. Next generation infects more bacteria, kills it. So it gets bigger and bigger. So that's where one plaque forming unit started, and it formed a plaque. And here's another plaque, another plaque, and another plaque. So plaques are clear spots in your bacterial lawn. Colonies are populations of bacteria growing on your agar, or in your agar. So those are plaques. So you'll need to be able to recognize a Kirby-Bauer plate, a viral plaque plate. See, this is how somebody counted. They literally tapped each plaque with their Sharpie pen. And that's how they knew they had counted it already. Isn't the internet wonderful? It's like you don't even need me. Look how many plaques here. What's going to happen? Why does this plate have bigger plaques than this plate?
That person did a really good job.
What happens is, if there's fewer plaque forming units, they can spread out and kill more bacteria. When there's more plaque forming units, they can only spread out so far because there's another one there, it's already killed the bacteria. So you either get a high number of plaques that are very small, or lower numbers of plaques, the plaques are going to be bigger.
So the viral plaque plate is the one that looks like people just died them everywhere.
Yeah, it looks like it has, what's that disease called when you have patches of white skin?
Oh.
That's what it looks like. So this is a probably from the same serial dilution. So this would be like your 10 to the -7 plate, and this would be your 10 to the -10 plate. You're going to have more plaques in the less dilute plate. So either way, just need to be able to recognize it. So for Lab Quiz 5, which is this weekend, you're going to have plates to identify. Plaque, viral plaque plates, Kirby-Bauer plates, pour plates, spread plates, streak plates. Also on your lab practical, there's pictures, so you could get pictures of those also. Okay. On your lab quiz this weekend, Lab Quiz 5, you will have to do some metric conversions. So keep your little metric conversions table handy. And remember your pipettes. The one pipette has 100 microliters to 1,000. The other has 10 to 100. So if it's in microliters, what is that in milliliters? If you can't calculate it, just write it down and memorize it. Or use it as a cheat sheet. You know 0.1 milliliters is 100 microliters. Even if you can't calculate it, we told you that a million times. So you can bet it's going to be a quiz question. So write it down and have it when you go to take your quiz. So half of it is learning how to play the game. Okay, I can't think of anything else.
That would be all on the quiz? That's it?
No, we'll
That's it.
review
Do you
for the
want
quiz.
more?
We'll review for the quiz some more on Thursday.
This is gonna be that stuff too. So, the stuff we just